Hello, beautiful people of a beloved world. Welcome to my channel. To those who are tuning in for the very first time, my name is Madolo-Mtegha. I do weekly videos on personal development, mindset coaching, and lifestyle. Today's video is going to take a slightly different turn from the previous videos because today I'm taking it to a personal level, and me and you are going to have a conversation because I have recently received tragic news, I would say. But for me, I am looking at it in a positive light because it then brings the whole issue, the whole topic about this channel, and what this channel about. It actually brings it from theory and actually now to, I think, an operational level, it's basically how do we deal with life issues using the power of the subconscious mind, the law of attraction, and everything that this channel is all about. So guys, let's talk. Today it's all about me, and I'll tell you what has happened. I have recently been diagnosed with high blood pressure, and I must say that when this diagnosis was made, it threw me into a tailspin. And why that? Why a tailspin? Because high blood pressure doesn't happen to people like me, And the question that you might ask is that, what do I mean that it doesn't happen to people like me? Because honestly, I thought I've got it sorted on the health issues. I've got it sorted. Such things don't happen to me, and basically, you must ask that when you say it doesn't happen to you, and it happens to others, who are you? Okay, let's go into that. Who am I? Why do I say that high blood pressure doesn't happen to people like me? This is who I am. Who am I? Who am I? I'm a health fanatic. I walk, 5 kilometers per day. And then I take it further and double it up at the weekend, only on Saturday. Then on Sunday, I rest. That's me. And I've been doing this now on a consistent basis, I will say, for about 5 years. Consistently. With summer, winter, spring, autumn, whatever, I do this. Whether it's raining or what, I do this, So I'm taken care of on the physical side. I'm also very big on supplements. There's a supplement video that's going to come up very soon that I'm going to do, what supplements I take and what health benefits they've achieved in my life, So I'm big on supplements. I'm also big on herbs, So for me to be diagnosed with high blood pressure, no. I also eat healthy. So I thought. We'll come back to that. And then the other thing about me, people come to me about health issues, and I advise what people should do and all sort of things. So for me to get this diagnosis is something else because I thought I've got it covered. Well, now it's me. What was my blood pressure reading? I have normally had a very, very healthy blood pressure level. It will range from 120 to 120, 70, or now over 78. And then it shot up at, when it was elevated, I thought it was 135 over 90. That was elevated and worried the doctor. And then it's now just above ranges from 160. When I was eventually diagnosed with high blood pressure, it was 160 to 90. Now that is dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. Yeah. So I knew that I had to do something about it. When the diagnosis was made, I remember sitting in front of the doctor, and I looked at him as if he had gone mad, as if he has two heads, as if he doesn't know what he's doing, what he's talking about. But there was nothing that the doctor could say otherwise. The readings were in front of me. We all know how they take your blood pressure. And for me, the blood pressure happened, the diagnosis came about. I just went to the doctor for my routine checkup, and one of the things that they do when you go to the clinic for such routine checkups, they check your pressure, because that will reveal what your vital signs are. And in my reading was full scale, high blood pressure. And that for me was devastating, because I thought I had it covered. I thought things like this can never happen to me, not because I am unique, as I've shown you, but because I had taken preventative steps to ensure that I live a healthy life. So I thought. I went through the 5 stages of grief all in one day. I kid you not. No one can convince me otherwise. I went through these 5 stages. I went through denial. I went through anger. I went through bargaining. I went into a slight depression, because I really didn't understand. And then the final one was acceptance. And it was very, very important for me to get to the acceptance level, because for me, if I were to combat this tragedy that has just been revealed to me, that is a danger. We all know that high blood pressure is nothing to joke about. It's something that has to be taken very, very seriously, because it's a silent killer. And to me, honestly speaking, it was going to be a silent killer, because I exhibit no signs at all that I had high blood pressure. I did not feel unwell. There was nothing. I didn't feel tired. I had no blurred vision. I had no headaches. Because one of the things that doctor asked me was that, do you get occasional headaches? I said, no, doc, I don't get headaches at all, And blurred vision, no, I don't, So I didn't. So I would have one day been walking, slept, and died, have a stroke, because that's how serious. So for me, when I got this diagnosis, even though it sent me into a tailspin, I knew I had to do something. What I was going to do, I didn't know what it was going to be, because according to me, I was doing the right thing, but the doctor looked at me and said, clearly you are not, there is something that you need to do. So I asked the doctor, what do I need to do? He said, lifestyle change. Lifestyle change? Doc, what do you mean lifestyle change? He says, you must exercise. I looked at him. Then I answered, but I do that. He says, clearly not enough. I couldn't argue with him. He's a medical doctor. So I then said, and clearly I wasn't doing, there's something that I'm not doing right, He says, exercise. He said, oh, okay. And then look at your salt intake. Salt intake? I thought I was already doing that. I don't cook with salt. I try to avoid salty food. I try to read labels, in my food, and my food ingredients and everything. But yeah, so I looked at him and said, okay, what else? You must make sure that you drink a lot of water, and make sure that you also get a lot of rest. I don't know. I walked out of the doctor's office feeling really defeated, because I honestly didn't know what was expected of me. I knew that something drastic had to happen, but I didn't know what. I didn't know what to do, because already I thought I was doing everything that I was supposed to do. But again, clearly I wasn't. So I had to find out what to do. I remember talking to my sister straight after I called her, straight after the diagnosis was made, straight after I left the doctor's rooms, and I said my readings from elevated, they've gone to full scale high blood pressure. And the doctor, actually before I left the doctor's rooms, the doctor said, I am guided by WHO standards that you cannot leave my chambers without me putting you on medication with immediate effect, because we have to do everything, even chemically, to bring your blood pressure levels down. I looked at the doctor and I said, but doctor, what does this entail? Do I have to be on blood pressure medication for the rest of my life? The doctor said, not necessarily. If you keep it under control and it goes down to back to normal levels that I know, then we will consider or reconsider your case, whether you should continue with the medication or should take you off the medication. It will all depend as to what happens in the months to come. But right now, you have to go on medication. Yeah, what else could I do? He's my doctor. He has taken advice. I also don't want to die. I don't want to die. Neither do I want to have a stroke. I've seen stroke victims, I take my health issues seriously. So I listened to my doctor, I listened to the word of advice. I followed science, I said, okay, I'll follow science, but I was not convinced that what the doctor was telling me, that the things that I need to do and everything. But I said to myself, oh, okay, I'll follow science, I'll follow my doctor, I'll take the medication, and I'm rightfully now, as of right now, I am on medication. He put me at elevated stage. He put me on one tablet, and then on full scale on the 160/90, he added another tablet. So now it basically means that I am taking 2 tablets. 2. He said, are there other people that can go to 5? If I don't get my readings low, he will add another one and add another one and add another one until we can get it at a balanced stage. We will get there. So basically, I then had to sit down and have an introspection with myself and basically say to myself, Nokuhle, what happened? What happened? How did we get here? Because obviously there is something that happened for us to get where we are. This danger zone, this high reading of blood pressure, from elevated to full scale high blood pressure readings. How did we get here? Because something happened for us to get here. What happened? After I had the introspection with myself, by myself, I realized what could have happened and what actually happened. What happened? Oops! Lockdown happened. Then during lockdown, when we were not allowed to do anything, I couldn't do my 5 kilometers and those sort of things. I exercised in my veranda, and then lo and behold, an accident happened. I broke my leg. I was on cast and for 6 weeks, and I was a couch potato. It was holiday time for me. It was time for me to start and basically be irresponsible. And I was irresponsible. I gave myself a passport to do all and eat all the wrong things. Sitting here, Netflix, YouTube, and internet, TV. I watched all the soapies, couch potato, eating all the wrong things. Potato chips, crisps, everything wrong, fast foods and everything. I gave myself a passport to be not unhealthy, to be irresponsible, actually, because I thought that I deserved it because I was hurt, and I was emotionally down, because I'm locked down in my house and I can't do anything. That's what I did. Little did I know the damage in the long term I was going to do to my health. But anyway, that's where we are. So this is the things that I did, and this is what happened. This is what the introspection did. So then I then sat down and I said, okay, now I know what happened. I know how I got to where I am. But now, what do I do from here going forward? Because something drastic has to happen. Something has to change. Because these readings don't lie. The numbers are real, and the numbers come from me. So what do I do? I honestly, because I thought I was doing the right things, I was exercising, I'm eating right and all things, but seemingly something had to do. And I honestly, I did not know what to do. I then all of a sudden I remembered, or something just flipped in my mind, and I said, you know what? This one, for the answer, I will go to the subconscious mind. And the infinite intelligence, which is the power of the subconscious mind, will give me directive as to what to do. So what did I do? When I went to sleep that night, I laid on my bed and my pillow. Just before before I fell asleep, I said affirmations, and I basically commanded the subconscious mind that I am now bringing everything to you, and I'm looking for answers as to what do I do with this horrible medical condition that I have been diagnosed with. And I said, I trust the infinite intelligence, which is the power of the subconscious mind, will give me the answer. And lo and behold, plump, I woke up the following day, and the answer was there, right there, for me to take action, And I remember a thought or an idea came to say, okay, Nobuhle, this is where you are. You've got to fight to get this thing done and to be under control. You can't hide, you can't. So what do we do now? So I then said, not a problem. The idea was I have to double my exercise regime. So at the moment, what I'm doing is I do the 5Ks in the morning, and then in the evening I do about 2.5 kilometers. And the afternoon ones, it's less, but for about less than a kilometer, actually, less than a kilometer. About 500 meters, I do high impact, exercise, so that to jolt my system, because something drastic has to happen. So I'm taking drastic measures to ensure that I bring these numbers down, And then of course I am also on other supplements. One of the supplements that I am taking, before I go there, is that I'm in the morning, I got the idea, after I had imploded and taken it back to infinite intelligence, which is my subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind, I then got the idea the following day as to what to do, then exercises. Then the second thing is that then onslaught research. I've got to understand this disease, and I can only understand this disease if I take control and exercise and research. So I went onto full-scale research. I went into the internet. I went into YouTube. My God, I got so much information on YouTube. Some of it was for me, and some of it, of course, it didn't. resonate well with my soul as to, but most of it made sense. The one that truly made sense for me was that my research showed that there are 3 reasons for high blood pressure, you know, and most of the time, even my doctor was basically telling me about the 2, but the other one he was not telling me about. And for me, I actually think that in my instance, it's number 3. These are the reasons, Patricia. It's physical. So lack of exercises can lead to or can cause high blood pressure. It's also emotional. If you're undergoing stress, because that's one of the things that my doctor asked me, am I stressed? You know, am I going through a divorce? You know, what's stressing me? Because there must be something that's making my pressure to be elevated to such a high number. No, I didn't have that. And then the other one is chemical. And for me, I personally think that I fall on the last one, which is the chemical. What I did to my body for close to 2 months changed my chemical reaction or whatever in my body for me to be, and that was the start of the cause for unhealthy. I basically, even though after we could go out and start exercising, I continue to try to go back to normal, but normal can be as normal as it can be, you know. So I don't think that my normal was really normal, because if there's one thing that my normal did not show me, is that I gained 10 Ks from pre-lockdown to where I am today. I am 10 kg, you know, bigger or heavier. And I have been struggling to lose that weight. And that is where my chemical convergent or in the body happened, you know. And I now know what to do to get it down. But I must say that okay, so that's what happened. So that's what the power of my subconscious mind revealed. That's what infinite intelligence revealed to me. Increase my exercise routine, and secondly, what to call it? Do research, and then the research showed the chemical imbalance that has happened to my body to get me to this level, and then I now know what to do. I have changed again. I've changed drastically. Not drastically as such, no. Drastically is wrong. Erase that. Erase drastically. I've changed my diet, you know. And the next video will reveal the supplements that I'm on and the diet regime that I'm on. And I must say that so far so good, because my blood pressure has been reduced drastically. It's still at an elevated stage, you know, but it's no longer those horrible readings, those dangerous readings, you know, that I began with. So as we stand, this is my reading as of an hour ago before I started recording this video. I'm very happy, still elevated, but I'm getting there. So that's it, folks, for today. Please like, share, and comment on this video, and give me insight as to if you're dealing with the same thing of high blood pressure that I'm dealing with. Give me advice, give me what you've done to ensure that it goes down. I will give you my my strategy on how I've gotten my readings to these levels so far. Still a long journey, but I will get there. Could be a lifetime journey, but definitely in this lifetime, change is coming. Guys, like, share, and subscribe to this video. It will help the channel to grow. And when the channel grows, it will help a lot of people, because the community will grow. And this message that this channel is advocating, or the messages that this channel is advocating, will go far. Thank you, and thank you. See you on the other side. Bye for now.